Hi everyone, today in this video we are going to see what is circuit breaker in the microservices architecture. So what is circuit breaker? It's a design pattern that is used in the microservices architecture to manage faults and improve system resilience. What does it mean by the resilience? Like it will enable a service to continually operate effectively even in the face of disruptions, failures and unexpected conditions. Moreover, it will protect our system from failures. It is particularly useful in a distributed architecture like microservices where services are interconnected and failure can easily propagate. It will help to prevent a failure in one part of the system from cascading to other services. This way it will protect the overall system from complete breakdown and it will avoid a full system outage. Now let us see how circuit breaker works. Let's say service A is requesting to service B and service B is responding back with successful response to service A without any failures, timeouts or any other kind of error. In that case, circuit breaker remains closed. This is the healthy path scenario wherein service A is requesting to service B and service B is responding back with success message or response to service A. This state we call it as a closed state. In case if service B gets failed due to some timeout, service unavailability or there is any other kind of error, in that case circuit breaker opens. When it is opened, all subsequent requests are not sent to the failing service but are either returned with a default response or an error, or it can be redirected to some other service. This will basically protect the system from repeatedly calling a service that is already failing, giving it time to recover. This state we call it as an open state. After a predefined timeout, the circuit breaker transitions to the half open state. In this state, a limited number of requests are allowed to pass through to the service. If the service responds successfully, the circuit breaker is closed again. If failure persists, it returns to the open state. This state we call it as a half open. Now let us see some practical example scenario. Consider a microservices architecture where a payment service depends on an external payment gateway. If the payment gateway goes down or becomes too slow, the circuit breaker will open. Instead of letting further requests reach the gateway which is repeatedly failing, it will return an error such as payment gateway service temporarily unavailable. This will prevent the rest of the system from being overwhelmed by failed payment requests, allowing rest of the services function normally. Now let us see why use circuit breaker in the microservices architecture. Prevents cascading failures. Without circuit breakers, a failure in one service could cause a chain reaction, like it will bring down the whole system. Circuit breakers stop this by blocking requests which are coming to the failing services. Improves resilience. Like it will isolate the failure and with that circuit breaker allows the rest of the services to function even when some services are down or degraded. Time for recovery. Like there are open and half open states which will allow the failing service to recover without overwhelming with the request. Graceful degradation. Like instead of failing abruptly or hanging indefinitely, the circuit breaker allows the system to degrade gracefully by returning fallback responses. Now let us see some popular circuit breaker implementations. First is a Hystrix, developed by Netflix and now it's in a maintenance mode. It's a well established, mature, it has solid support for circuit breaker, fallback and timeouts. Next is a Resilience 4, like it's actively maintained and built for Java 8+. It's a pure Java library and it's a modular. It has support both for synchronous and asynchronous calls and it provides better performance than Hystrix. Next is a Spring Cloud circuit breaker. It's a unified API that can wrap Resilience 4J plus Hystrix or Sentinel. It has easy integration with Spring Boot as well. So these are all the popular circuit breaker implementations. I hope you must have enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching this. Do not forget to like, subscribe and share.